So you're the new guy, Big Tony said, huh?
Oh, new guy.
Yeah, Big Tony, he don't make choices lightly. So you're gonna have to really pull through for us on this one. This here's big pussy, I'm little pussy. All right. What?
Big pussy.
Those are both characters from The Sopranos. There's Big Pussy and then Little Pussy.
No, I just. Oh God, it's perfect.
Welcome to episode 46.
Hello,
of the Vibin podcast.
Let me go get my actual hat that I
yeah.
have. Hey, don't throw. These hats are nice.
God,
Look, they got the sweat stains on them and everything.
Exactly.
Still.
Yeah, I wanted to land right here, but
your grandpa's spirit lives in this hat.
Put some respect on him.
Or your great grandpa's hat. I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah, your great grandpa's hat.
Yes.
His sweat is still imbued into those hats.
Lives on it. It gives me the charisma he once endowed.
You should get a suit that's the same color, and then you could wear those hats.
Yeah,
like
nice,
real mafioso guy.
Nice, like drab, dark olive. I could. It would probably be very hot. Very hot.
In the wintertime, you're not gonna wear a fucking suit in the summer.
True.
This ain't the 40s.
Then I'll just wear in the summer. I'll just wear the white button-down long sleeve dress shirt and the black vest.
Yeah, unbuttoned. You know when you're home.
Exactly. Goddamn, 50s. The 50s was a time for fashion. It's there's a reason retro like styles are in. It's because they were cool. Like when people dressed up in the 50s, they look fucking sharp. Look nice.
Yeah, you got to be ready for anything. You know, a going out occasion. You know, you're going out somewhere, an interview, a job. Always you got to dress
going
in a
on
suit.
A plane.
Going on a plane so you can smoke a cigarette.
Exactly.
You got to look good everywhere you go.
Yeah, 100%.
You can't look like a bum because then no one's gonna talk to you.
Exactly. You can't wear a t-shirt. That's a sleeping shirt. You know. Yeah, but it's crazy how styles and shit like that changes over the years. We just become more casual. I think it's just more acceptance as a whole of, you know.
Yeah. Well, it's also not practical. Like if we were wearing suits in the summer and shit, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I could understand if we were business guys, but like even then, business guys, when they go out, they have like their jacket on a coat hanger or something. And they're
not doing like the whole button up. They'll have it unbuttoned, a tie, you know, maybe, you know. That's why if I can never work. Well, I wouldn't want to work in an office type scenario because I would hate it anyways. But also, I would just never. I wouldn't if there was a dress code. I wouldn't follow it. It's like, what the fuck? Why am I gonna? What do I got to dress up you fucks for? I come in a t-shirt and fucking pants. What does it matter?
I understand that. I personally wouldn't mind if I if I had a corporate job and I had to dress in a suit. I wouldn't mind because I like it. Like makes me feel fancy. I mean, of course, but I would hate. Obviously, I would never work in a job where I had to be in a cubicle because I'd probably shoot myself.
Exactly.
But no, I kind of like the idea, but it's not practical. No. You know.
But also, it's because they're telling you it's part of the code. It's like, well, now I just don't want to do it.
Well, I know that, but like if it's a high-end business, you know.
Exactly. But if you're some like an accounting person who's in the back crunching fucking numbers on a computer or running spreadsheets or doing files, it's like, ooh, it doesn't matter. That's why you see those guys in the movies in the back rooms. They have just the white sleeve shirt, sleeves rolled up, tie all rumpled, drinking tons of coffee. It's like, yeah, there's anything goes down there.
They got shit to do.
They certainly do got shit to do, and they got no room for coats and ties and all that fancy smanchy bullshit. Shenanigans.
I do like it whenever I do get to wear like fancy clothes or a suit. It makes me feel good because I like looking good, or at least trying my best to.
It's for an occasion where you want to do it, or it's more applicable, and it's like you want to look that good. You know, you don't want to look good for work, and sometimes you do, but not always. You don't always fucking care.
Well, it depends on the job. Like if you're working McDonald's, you're not wearing a fucking suit and shit to McDonald's, even if you're fucking HR or CEO is coming in. You're not wearing a fucking suit. You know, you got that uniform. You know?
Yeah, true enough. Yeah. Well, that's a suit in and of itself. That's a prisoner's suit. That's a
yeah, the prisoner's attire. Yeah,
I'm dying. Yes,
apparently.
Yeah, it's a new pen. It's it hits.
I told you.
86%.
This is ridiculous.
I'm saying the someone put the wrong sticker on there.
No,
that's because a 6% difference in the same strain, that seems a little fucking insane to me personally. But
do you know how we works? Do you know how they make the wax and everything? Do you know how it comes out?
But I assume it's a very practiced and scientific process that's been figured out, and they use relatively the same amounts of materials every single time they do it. But to have like a 6% difference, 6% is noticeable.
Maybe the weed batch that they got it from just wasn't as good as the last one.
They got that bunk bullshit. They got those shitty terpenes. It was already like half burned out.
Hey,
possibly.
Man.
This is gonna be the batch that gives me cancer. I guarantee it. once I get swollen lymph nodes in my lungs and then lung cancer, I'll come back to this moment and pinpoint and be like, "Is that fucking 86% stizzy? That fucking I should have looked at it and told that bitch, give me another one."
Because only 90 and above is cancer free, right?
Well, it would have been better at least.
That's why I take my AG1 greens, dude. I'm
Oh,
always on that health shit.
oh yeah, I had the last one this morning. It's good.
Nice. But you don't want to get the subscription. It's a little expensive.
Yeah,
I
it's $80 a
understand.
month. That's kind of redonkulous. It's like almost $1,000 a year.
700 and something. Not.
No, because $80 a month after 10 months, that's $800, and then 2 more months, that's another 160. So it's $960 a year, almost 1,000.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, to each their own. You know, it is. From what I noticed, it did help me sleep. I guess it didn't help me get to sleep. I don't think, but it helped me the sleep process. I
Yeah.
think that's about it. I don't know. I think I would have taken it like you have, like for longer to maybe notice any like cognizant or like mental differences or any like real like bodily changes.
Right, because I gave you the travel packs that I had for weeks just so you could try it out.
Exactly, but it was like 8, 7, like maybe 7 of them I think in there. It was good. It was a good amount.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed very much. I don't mind spending $80 a month for it. I work too, so like I could make it work.
True.
I have at least some sort of income. So I could kind of make it work with the other balances that I have.
True. I'm trying to solve that problem for myself.
Sell Coke.
Yeah, I could do that. Nah, it's fucking.
No, but you got lots of stocks though, so over time you'll
Yeah, I
definitely
should check those.
It's
just all. It's all zero. It's all fucked. We've been trying to reach you. It's terrible. You should have sold 3 weeks ago. Fuck, you're fucked. You're gonna die.
I don't know. Why don't you keep up on that? You should check them like every month at least.
Well, yeah, I should do that every
unless you
month.
want to be crazy about it and do it every
Yeah,
day.
no.
You never know. But
Exactly, but yeah, no, I would. And the ones I
Yeah.
have are somewhat steady. So yeah, I should check them every month.
maybe
It's some
you've made a
process
little
you do.
more. You never know. You could
I
probably.
think I have. I think I'm over a little bit than what I initially put into it.
Mm.
That's because one went up and another one's lower than what I bought it at, but another
Yeah,
one is
well,
higher. So
that's
I
the
think
game.
even out a bit more. Exactly. When you go in and I sat down with the guy John during the preliminaries, they ask you like, all right, so let's say you invest X amount of money. How comfortable are you with the idea of losing 50% of that tomorrow? It's like, well, you have to become, because that could likely happen. That's a very high possibility, especially if you're going for like high, not velocity, but like just like high, highly volatile stocks like Tesla or like, because Elon Musk and his not paying attention, like fucking Facebook and Twitter and like those kinds of things, or if you could stick to more cohesive, smaller shit or more just like safe shit. It doesn't have as much growth potential, but it's steadier and you're not going to get that 50% loss overnight,
Right.
It's an interesting process. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's not always fun to be doing it, but it's a fun idea and like a fun principle. Like when we were doing government classes and civics and shit in high school, I kind of enjoyed this because I liked seeing how the government and economics like worked and like the bull market and a bear market, which I kind of forgotten. I don't really know the difference between right now. And yeah,
well, one's a bull, one's a bear.
Exactly. One's the face of the NCR, 2 heads of in fact. And is Kaiser's Legion a bull? I don't think so. What's on the flags? There is some animal on the flag.
I don't remember.
Kaiser's Legion flag. It is. Oh, bears and bulls. What's wrong with that?
Huh. Nice.
Maybe that's something.
Maybe that's something for the political scale of the game that
this
goes to show you,
or just like the little nuances in there. See, that's what's great about media is nuances and being able to subtly. Just subtlety in general, not like a lot of the shit we have these days where it's just like hammering over your head, like this climate change, and just
Well, I think it was probably like that for a while, even like in the 60s and stuff. There's probably always those things like the world is gonna end tomorrow.
Yeah, probably. You really know about the good ones that have stood the test of time,
right?
They are done well. But yeah, you're right. There are probably a lot of other. I know there are tons of other shitty movies that probably didn't get their messages as well across.
Do you remember that movie? Since I brought up the end of the world, 2012.
I remember. I did see it. I
saw it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb, but
I don't remember much of it. But I remember at the end they were like on a big boat or something.
They survived the giant wave,
and but like a bunch of other people survived too, right? It was like a giant boat. There was like tons. I think
there was like
out.
tons of them or something.
There was a bunch of people. It was like but yeah, that was an interesting movie. It was like earthquakes. I don't even know. It's natural disasters.
Yeah, it's just odd. I mean, it was kind of cool, but
it was cool when we were like 8.
I was terrified of it because when it came out, it was like 2009 or something. Like
exactly,
this happened 3 years. I was just dumb and gullible. I'm like,
what if it did?
Well, we wouldn't be. Well, we would be doing something completely different right now.
No, what if it did end? But we're at a point in time where it's like we can kind of combat it. It's like, it's kind of like the pandemic. Where after like 4 months, it's like, we're kind of back now.
I don't know.
I think that
Because
would be funny.
technically, if it did happen, then that means it would have been 11 years ago.
That would be a fucking great idea for a movie. Like there's a world-ending plot, and it's like, oh, the world's gonna end on this fucking day. It's like, oh, whatever the fuck. Day comes around, and like shit starts happening. Yeah, there is earthquakes and tsunamis and volcanoes that erupt, and everyone's like, oh fuck, it's happening. So a lot of people, they're like, they're gonna die. They think, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna run out naked. I'm gonna start raping people. I'm gonna steal something. I'm gonna go tell that girl I love her. They're doing all this shit. But then 20 minutes later, it all stops. And then people just have to live with those last second decisions. It's like, oh fuck.
Oh God, I can imagine just somebody like fucking the neighborhood cat or something. I'm gonna do it. Today's the day.
That cat's in there eyeing me down, and I've been eyeing it down.
And then they're just like halfway through it, and then the world then it stops shaking. They're like, oh, shit.
Meow.
Oh God, Jesus Christ.
Interesting thoughts.
I don't know. That idea has always been bouncing around. I remember when I was in like fucking third grade, and my teacher was telling stories of like how people were saying the world was gonna end in like 2001 or something. I'm like,
oh yeah, the Y2K.
Yeah. I'm like, this is fucking. Even then, as a kid, I'm just like, I don't. It was crazy. I just couldn't fathom it. I'm like, why? When?
It's because in Y2. Do you know about Y2K?
Well, yeah, that was like the boom thing of like the computers and stuff like that, right? Like they were gonna I kind of know very little about it.
It's because it was gonna be the year 2000,
right?
And most internet clocks or whatever clocks they ran on a system where the year would be only the last two digits, so it'd be 1998, it'd be 98 or 99, and people were worried that since it's gonna go down to zero, that was gonna somehow mess with the computer itself and make it think that it shouldn't exist because it can't compute the time. That was going to set off like nuclear warheads and stuff because those were all electronic. And it was just going to fry like everything or just set it into a reset. It's like living in the year of our Lord 2023 where we have Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. It's like, yeah, you people are fucking stupid. It's just a number. It's not going to be stupid.
Well, I mean, I understand. I was like 20.
Yeah. But exactly,
years
they
ago.
didn't know.
Yeah,
like AI today. In 50 years, we could be like, yeah, you fucking idiots. AI isn't going to do anything, but we just don't know at this current point.
Well, AI is really, it's just the conglomerate. It's a software. It's a software that's just a conglomeration of people's essays and facts put together. Which is why when you ask AI a question like ChatGPT, it gives you something that's like pretty much factual in a sense that's from a person and a collective group of people and stuff. The thing I was listening to Michio Kaku on Joe Rogan, he was explaining it. He's like, it's a great software AI, and it's going to help for a lot of things. One of the big problems is plagiarism. Obviously, that's a big thing that conflicts within people having this fear, like, yeah, what's going to go on? But the best thing about it is if we can get this perfect, it'll help when quantum computers, which is a hardware, when that's kicking off, because it's like in the very early stages right now. And apparently quantum computers work to things at like at an atomic level.
Exactly.
Not like the stuff that we have now. That's like
for quantum mechanics and quantum physics.
It's crazy.
Quantumania out now.
It's crazy. It's bad. Apparently it's bad, but
I think I heard that too.
But it's interesting viewing from his perspective. Like, if once we get that and this, they'd be kind of like crazy.
Yeah, like what's going on right now with that. I just brought that up because it was like the idea of like we just don't know what's happening now and in the future will be fine.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, you have brought up AI, and that was just in my mind.
Exactly.
I was just like, oh, I know kind of something about that.
But also like the atomic fission. I think we're getting closer there. They did that earlier this year. Exactly.
As fuck.
Exactly. That's atomic fission as fuck, bro. But yeah, instead of like atomic fusion, which is when atomic isotopes or just atoms or some shit fuse together and it creates a giant burst of energy. What that energy is like diminished or whatever. Fission is a different type of process where it's also a large creation of energy, but it's more than what you put in or something, so it's more economic. It makes more sense. It's more efficient because with whatever it is, nuclear fusion, you're working at a loss. It's a loss every time. But with fission, it's like, oh, you get more than what you put in. So with fusion, it's like you put in 2 energy and it gives you 3 energy. It's not worth it.
Right.
Less. But with fission, it's like you put in 2, and you get in 5, or you get 6. You put it in, you get more. And that's like people were trying to do with like radioactive energy and shit to make that more efficient so we don't have to use fossil fuels and other shit.
Yeah, well, that's a problem even when it comes to fossil fuels and gas in general. It's hard because for a while we were just digging in to get gas, and now trying to find other fuel sources is crazy. Because
Yeah.
we've just been digging for.
And boy, if we've been finding it, if we've been taking it like America should. Fuck those dirty sand countries. They don't need that oil. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, well, they don't need it.
What do they need it for?
What, to feed the dirt? Yeah, they got
exactly.
They got nothing
What
out there.
What does Allah need oil for, huh?
Probably just to drink it.
Shit, I don't know.
I don't know, for bombs. I don't fucking know. Who fucking knows? I don't know.
Exactly.
We'll be right back. Hello.
When we say that, now I can think of Adam Ray doing his Dr. Phil. We'll be right back. Hold that answer. We'll be right back. And he always says it after he asks some dumb question. So, why did you fuck your mother that night? Hold that. We'll be right back.
I was telling you yesterday. I was telling Nick yesterday that I saw the Scissor Bros podcast. What, huh?
Continue.
Yeah, no. I saw the Scissor Bros podcast. For those of you who may not know, that's a podcast with Jeremiah Watkins and Stevie Weeby.
Stevie Weeby.
Stevie Weeby.
Yeah, Stevie Weeby. Yeah,
Stevie Weeby.
Great.
It's a good podcast, and there was a funny man on yesterday called Harlan Williams. Maybe some of you know. And then it's just really funny because Harlan Williams is just really good at improvising shit.
With his fucking hand.
The fucking hand. Oh my god.
Turn it left two,
right 3,
right all the way around, then shove it in.
He's so funny. He's so
great.
Funny. I think I brought it up in the last podcast.
I did.
No, the lick my greasy asshole.
Lick your greasy asshole.
Yeah, lick my greasy asshole.
Yeah.
If you let me finish before.
And it was with Michael Rosenbaum. That was the other guy on it.
Oh, on the Something's Burning?
Yeah.
That's right. Michael Rosenbaum. I edited
that episode this morning.
Yeah, that's right. That's a good one, dude. That's a good one.
I bet. Well, you said it's got Harlan Williams. It's fantastic. I wonder we can get to some level of stardom to do that. To go I want to go on Hot Ones. I think that's a lot of people's dream is to just go on Hot Ones.
Look, man, I think the goal for anything is just to have some success, not like a big thing.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah,
just enjoy yourself while you're doing it.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, if you enjoy doing it, then do it. Because if you don't enjoy doing it, why the fuck are you doing it?
Yeah. But the next step is success in some form.
Of course, right. But that goes with any sort of work. Like, the job that anybody works, if they go to and they hate it, but they have to work there because, it pays good, or like they have a family and they're like, oh, they've been there for a while. It's a lot of weird fucking things that just suck when it comes to like regular work life and trying to make an income,
Yeah, true. But I heard, I listened to a podcast this morning. We talk about a lot about podcasts in this podcast. I think it's because we both listen to a lot of podcasts separately.
I do listen to a lot of podcasts.
But I listened to a podcast this morning called The Funhouse Podcast, which is hosted by Ryan Haley and Lindsay Washburn of Funhouse, and Lindsay Washburn previously of Couch Shop. But they had on recently they've been having on the members of Funhouse, like interviewing whatever, and they had on this guy John
Travolta,
Smith, John Holland. Yeah, they had John Holland, this guy on, and he's been working with him. He's an editor. He makes music and stuff too. He has his own cooking channel as well on YouTube. He does cooking shit as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and apparently he's really great. But they asked him a good piece of advice he got, and he said one of the best pieces of advice he got was from his dad or one of his older mentor type figures in his life, who said, "Don't be afraid to quit and walk out on things." And like not to just quit and give up, but to just like see and notice, like, and know your worth, and know like this isn't worth my time, or I could do something else, figure it out. Because even like you said, a lot of people, if they're doing a shitty job they hate, it's like, oh, I have to make money or whatever. But even if you do, if you have enough money saved up to go like a few weeks or whatever while you're looking for a new job, you can just be like, yeah, fuck this, I quit, and just start looking for a new job, and eventually it will turn over. Yeah, it's not gonna be shitty forever, but it's hard to develop that mindset of that. Because it gives you a lot of freedom, and us in this fucking oppressive
society,
not communistic society, capitalistic society, where we're so focused on wealth and attaining it and working. It's not easy to feel that freedom because you feel so pressured into doing your job and appeasing your boss, but you don't fucking have to.
No, yeah.
And as soon as you start acting like that, not even if you just quit, just start acting like you don't have to give a fuck, because you will get more things. Because your boss will be like, oh well, fuck yeah, if he leaves, I'm going to find a new position or whatever, so that you can get raises or do it depending on your position and what you're fucking doing, But
right,
yeah, just having that attitude, which is I think a proper one to have, which is like, yeah, I can do what I want. I don't need this.
That's how I've been feeling lately with my job. Because at any point, I do feel like I can just walk out, and I know it's going to be fine because there's other work obviously they find,
Exactly.
and I'm not, I guess, in a too bad of a spot, you know. So if I were to just quit, it'd be great. But here's the thing: it's so bad right now since we don't have much workers. I can literally get any day off that I want as long as I put it in advance. So that
Okay.
makes sense for the days that where we can do stuff because I can abuse that and do it like
Yeah,
3-4
yeah.
times a month. Like, all right, get that day out, you know.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you find the ways to exploit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? It's
I
like
do my job when I go there anyways. There's a lot of
exactly.
fucks over there who move like fucking turtles.
So yeah, they're like, oh, we gotta keep this guy on as long as we can.
My boss just keeps hitting at me again. She was just like, as a, like trying to get me to promote. She's
Yeah.
like, why don't you do it? I'm just like,
Pass.
pass, exactly. And then she asked me one thing the other day too. It was like a drug test to like get my license for something, but I'm just like, oh, no, I smoke weed, and so she's like, oh, not you too. I'm just
It's
like,
like, yeah, well, fuck.
"Ah,
Well, I mean, it's the same. I think in January next year, they're trying to pass a bill. I don't know if it's California or the entire country or whatever, but I think they're trying to pass a bill that'll make it so weed isn't applicable for drug tests in the same way that alcohol isn't, because you can go out and buy alcohol, you can go out and buy weed. It's essentially the same thing. So
right."
there's no reason for in this day and age right now for someone to be rescinded a a certification or some sort of permit or something because they smoke weed, because it's like, oh, you could, what if you're high when you come to work? Well, what if I'm drunk out of my fucking mind? What if my wife just left me and took the kids and she was half of my income, now I'm gonna have to move to a shittier fucking apartment? What if I'm drinking my sorrows away and come to work? I still got this forklift certification. It's
Well, I mean, it's true. It's like cigarettes and stuff too. Fucking people have there's smoke breaks at my job still.
Well, that's because cigarettes, you don't get like a real high from nicotine. You get like the little bit, but it's like there's not like drink breaks. You don't go for like a 1 p.m. cocktail.
You don't see the people that I work
Corporate
with.
jobs might, if you're like working in an office, they'll go out for lunch and have a mimosa
Exactly.
or two, but like not like workman's job, blue collar jobs like yours, or when I was working at the airport.
But you don't see the people that I work with, dude. I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck. I see like fucking, at the gas station how they sell like those little
shot
bottles.
glasses, yeah.
They're just fucking
Bring
bad
it-
trash cans.
Throw it in the trash. Yep, easy. Yep.
I'm like in the bathroom.
Yep.
Because there's a bathroom there where you can lock the door.
Oh yeah.
So people are just doing fucking. I know people are smoking weed and doing other shit in there. They're just like,
if you have a pen, just fucking bring it. Just
And then fucking some of my coworkers on their break go to their cars and smoke joints and shit. My boss, she's like,
When I was working at the airport and I had to walk across that big parking lot, there's like a big field of rocks. And I would always find, not always, but I would see just like little vodka bottles, like beer cans in the parking lot, and more vodka bottles in the parking lot. People don't want to do this shitty job sober.
Of course not, because they're like, because it brings some enjoyment. That's why when you go fucking get fast food, I guarantee you half the people in there are probably high.
Yeah, to some extent.
If not all, if not half, at least two. The guy who's working the drive-through window and the cashier for sure.
Yeah. If you're dealing with people,
Yeah,
definitely,
100%.
Yeah, if you're in that position, then hopefully you get just good at hiding it, keep it on the down low. And even if it's not, it's like whatever, you're still doing your job. So
yeah, exactly. But even then, like if you're doing stuff like that, like how it is in my job, we have like 12 people at most compared to when we had like 27. So it's just like I don't really think anyone's gonna say anything because like this is personal, I guess, but we had some corporate people come in yesterday just to see how things are going, and they didn't really say much at all of anything because of the situation that we're in, and they're like, yeah, it seems like things aren't too bad actually. So they were they weren't crazy
given
about
the whole
anything.
context.
Yeah,
It could be worse.
Like,
I guess
it could be worse. They weren't.
It could be burned to the ground.
No, because apparently every other place, every other one in the whole valley is awful. Apparently, right now. Apparently, I don't know. Apparently, it's just that bad.
Guess people don't like Home Depot. Guess it doesn't have good benefits.
I mean, I think it does, but I never use them. It's just discounts for a bunch of stuff and whatnot.
Except things. What I think you didn't get.
I don't get a discount
on tools.
I don't know. I don't get a discount at shopping at any Home Depot in general, but I get benefits and discounts for like gym membership, movies, and other stuff
they're
like
associated
that.
with.
Yeah,
because they have
they're
contracts with them,
associated
probably.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. That makes
That's
sense.
why they're. That's why I'm able to get like paid vacations and stuff like that too, because Home Depot is just massive.
Exactly. Except here, it's shitty here.
I mean, it's
Shitty and
shitty,
dwindling.
but it pays pretty good considering the fact where California is. What's the pay rate for right now in
Fuck,
California?
I don't know. I think it's like
It's like 17,
15
right?
to 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending.
And that's like bare minimum. I make a little more over than that. I won't go into too much details, but
Yeah.
but I only work part time. But even then, I think considering the fact that when I was like in a shift head thing at Little Caesars compared to where it is now, I work less hours, but I make more than what I did there. I'm just like,
Exactly.
what the fuck am I doing?
Because that was menial labor, and it was, so
Right.
pay less for working more.
And it works better. Like I said, I can abuse getting any day off for things that we need
Exactly.
to do. So
Exactly.
I'm just dealing with it for now. But one day, when it comes to if it ever gets to anything, if anything that we're doing starts to show some glimmer of hope,
Yep.
I was just like at that moment, like I said, I'm quitting instantly and I'm following this.
I mean, slowly but surely, you people, we're getting subscribers. Like every few days, we got like one
Every
or
week we
two.
at least get 5, I think.
Yeah, give or take. Some days are more stagnant than the others, but yeah, no,
We're at 519.
yeah, we're getting there. I was gonna bring up as well. Like you said, you don't like your job. A lot of people don't like their jobs. So now when I'm applying for jobs, I'm only really doing ones that seem interesting or that I want to do. Like there was one for a photo place at the tram where we're at, and then there's
Oh.
like I said, a mortuaries assistant, apprentice. But I think I might need more certification for that, which kind of sucks. But
You can always try. You never know.
yeah,
If nobody else applied for, he's like, I'll give this guy.
it sucks that like jobs like that where it says like, oh, you need this certification. It's like, well, I mean, it's not that I for a position like that, like if you need to be forklift certified to get a job, that's more understandable. It's like, yeah, you should already have prior experience doing that. But if it's like a mortuary assistant or like apprentice where I can learn while doing it and maybe even get the license in like 2 weeks time anyways, it's like, why not, they want to make it easier and just get someone who already has a license, not put in the time to work with and develop someone new to getting them the new shit,
Yeah, that's a lot of companies though when it comes to things.
Yeah, especially when they're already more established and it's like an established market, so there are people who have those qualifications already. It's slimmer market, but they are there.
We all do what we can do to get by. That's just how it is. It's just
Exactly.
us regular folks. It's just what we do.
Yep, like selling crack.
I think about it sometimes. Like shit, I think I could be a good drug dealer if I really fucking.
I don't know where I would get the drugs. I don't know how I would find the people to sell them to besides cracked out homeless people who I wouldn't want to talk to begin with. I
Yeah.
Except if anything, I would just if I had to be a drug dealer, I would sell coke, and I would only go to like high end like fucking hotel bars and just look for fucking rich uppity white dudes. Like,
You guys want some coke?
Yeah, it doesn't snow much in the desert, but I see a forecast coming up.
You just walk into the establishment, like the hotel bar. You see some guys sitting down, and then you sit down with them. You're like, "Hey, is this seat taken?" And you're like, all right, fellas, you guys want that good powder?" And you like wink at them. You're like, and then they'll probably just look at you like,
We're feds. Put your hands up.
pull out a fucking gun.
And I pull out my gun because I'm a practiced drug dealer. So I'm like, oh, you're going to fuck with me? Bam, bam. I've been practicing for this day, motherfuckers. You don't think I practice at close range? This is where my deals are made. Then the bartender sees me, so I got to pop them
And
too.
he
Then I
pulls
pull
out
out
his gun.
Exactly. He's got on the counter, but I'm going too quick. He doesn't see it. I get him. I put on my mask that I always carry with me in case a situation like this occurs. Holster my gun. Get his gun from behind the bar. Now I'm backing my way out of the casino going, all right, nobody fucking move. And I see someone call the cops, so I bash him over the back of the head with it. I'm backing out. And as soon as I'm out, I saw the gun and I run away. Good thing I burned off my fingertips 3 years ago before I went to the war, so I can never be tracked from my fingertips.
What war?
It's classified.
Why is it classified? If it's a war, then I'm pretty sure.
No, it was a secret. It was a secret war.
But you're telling me
the
right now.
government doesn't want you to know about.
But you're admitting to it right
You're
now.
a trusted source.
How am I a trusted source? I don't even have a government job.
You have the proper qualifications. You've been vetted.
Well, what are the qualifications?
Well,
I don't even know what vetted means.
Well, that's top secret as well. My organization has gone through your records, your public and secret profiles, and they've assessed you as a non-threat.
So you said your organization, so it's not part of the government.
Well, yes and no.
Well, which is it? Yes or no?
It can be both. Like Schrodinger's cat.
Elaborate more on that, because I'd like to.
Well, Schrodinger's cat is a principle that if you put Schrodinger put a cat in a box, and there's like a radioactive isotope or some shit in there, and you don't know whether the cat's dead or alive until you open the box. You can only assume from looking at an outside point that it is both simultaneously dead and alive. In the same sense that this organization I'm a part of, you asked, is it part of the government? Yes and no.
We'll be right back.
It's crazy though that we have like fucking secret paramilitary groups that the government hires out just to do shit, like super high, like military level trained, just like
underground stuff.
Yeah, like
Like Green Berets and stuff like that.
I think that no, they're part of the government, but I think Blackwater's the
Like Leon
name of
Kennedy, like shit like that.
no, because he was also part of the government. He was working for the president. Because he was a cop. Then he was working for the president after the Raccoon City operation. Yeah, he was working for the president. That's why in 4.
But he went to a secret government thing to get trained.
Well, but
and then
that's
he
still
was
part of the-
hired to do a mission for the president.
That was still part of the government itself.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like I think it's in GTA 5. It's called Blackwater or something, or Black Reach or some real life equivalent that has a different name now. But they're weapons manufacturers or just basically just soldiers, and the government hires them out because they are a private organization, like for weaponry and just like infantry and the technologies and shit.
So Blackwater, is it a bunch of Puerto Ricans that work there?
Exactly.
All right.
I think that's what's so crazy about the
Puerto Ricans?
Exactly, about Metal Gear and that idea, because the lore of Metal Gear Solid is that, or at least as far as like after, I think it's like after like the first one, or maybe even during the first one. But the point is, it's like it gets to a point where countries no longer fight wars; they hire out like proxy soldier groups to fight the wars for them. So I'm hiring out the Blue Sharks, and Russia's hiring out the fucking Green Tornadoes, and they're going to fight it out. And whatever side wins, that will let us know who wins. So none of our people die. And that's what basically goes on in fucking Metal Gear, and that's what Solid Snake builds up, one of the Diamond Dogs and the other fucking shit, and fucking Foxhound and Fox and all this other complicated bullshit.
Is that what Splinter Cell does too then?
No, I think Splinter Cell is more government secret spy ops. That's more government side. Yeah. God, Metal Gear is so fucking crazy.
So yeah, it's like James Bond then. He's like
no, because James Bond's also part of the government.
Yeah, well, like Splinter Cell. That's what I was gonna.
Exactly, James Bond and Splinter Cells. That's more. Yeah. Tom Clancy and whatnot. Crazy shit.
I wish I was James Bond. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, laying tons of pipe.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Why do all the women always have dumb, stupid sex names?
What do you mean? Like dumb names in general, or
no? Like in the James Bond movies.
Which one?
I think all of them. Like I think there's one girl. Her name is like Pussy Galore. I think that's one of the women.
Pussy Galore. As you look that up, I'm gonna go get my glass of water.
Yeah. Pussy Galore, fictional character, is in Goldfinger. Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. So they all have weird names. Like let me look up Bond women names. So we have let me see. Where's that bitch I just said? I don't know if these are their real names or what, but yeah, it's like Ursula Andress, kind of like Undress, Honey Ryder, Vesper Lind, Xenia on the top.
Xenia on the top.
Shirley Eaton.
I bet she's eating.
Holly Goodhead.
Goodhead. I bet she does.
Kissy Suzuki. Can you guess what her ethnicity is?
German?
Probably. Yeah, just those dumb, stupid sex names.
It is pretty funny though.
Just a little bit,
I've seen a lot of the James Bond movies, and
like the old ones or the newer
older ones and the newer ones. Like when Sean Connery was first fucking doing it, and then who was after that? It was Richard.
Fuck if I know.
Fuck, what was his name? It was No, I'm thinking after Sean who.
It was some dude. Now it's the guy who it is now.
No.
I think there was some guy before him even.
It was then the dude after that. Then it was Richard something. I'm positive. And then it was Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
It was Daniel Craig for a very long time.
In one of those two between them, he did like one movie or like one or two, and then he was fucking out. Like they didn't. I think they didn't stick around with him for long. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. It's crazy how that's an IP that stood the test of time for so long.
James Bond?
Yeah.
Well, he's a cool guy. Who would want to see a movie about like a secret agent,
It is a very cool premise. You do have that. Just similar to fucking Mission Impossible. There's like 50 of those now, or like the Fast and Furious. It's like cool shit that people like to watch.
Well, Fast and Furious sucks compared to those other ones.
But just like watching it, it's like dumb. You can either laugh at it, or there's some people who do legitimately enjoy it, or some people who just want to watch it just because they want to see the car go fast. Boom.
But like I heard in Mission Impossible 7, I saw something that Tom Cruise had posted that he wanted. I think there's a new one that's coming out or something that he's in the works on or something. But he apparently did the craziest stunt on the first day of shooting because he was worried he was going to die, so he wanted to get it out of the way because he does his own stunts.
Yeah.
And as I was reading that article, I'm just like, this man's insane.
I mean,
that's because I can't. If I was an actor, I'd want somebody to do my own stunts.
I wouldn't want to fucking learn to fucking fly a plane. I don't want to parachute on my own. I don't want to. do any of this shit. I mean, it would be cool.
I mean, yeah, but
Honestly,
goddamn, I'd be terrified.
Oh yeah,
Especially
100%.
if I was him in the recent one, having to hold on to the plane as it takes off.
Oh yeah, that
Having to
shit.
hold on for his fucking life. I'm just like,
But he's got Scientology money, so
Oh.
do you think Tom Cruise is so confident in his ability to do his own stunts and shit because the Church of Scientology has like a secret underground lab where they can just reproduce Tom Cruise, or maybe they have some secret like black magic demonology type shit where they can just resurrect him or heal him however they want. Maybe they do have some sort of connection to Xenu. Maybe their religion is the one true one.
Well,
Or maybe they're a Cthulhu type death cult and Xenu's actually a cosmic eldritch horror who thrives off money. He loves money for some reason. Xenu loves Earth money.
God.
He wants all your money. He needs to buy a bunch of motorcycles.
I'm not gonna believe in what I'm not gonna believe in Scientology because, like you said, I'm ignorant. I don't really know what it's about. I know it's like
It's
rich
about
people.
scams. It's about scams and
basically
giving your money away.
pretty much. I know it's a
Taking
rich
bunch of stupid
person's
classes.
religion. Yeah, it's a rich person's religion written by a guy who's probably drunk as he wrote this in a fucking
He was
book.
a shitty science fiction writer.
Yeah, he's just like, here it is, fellas, and then some people are like, oh,
Yeah, basically.
it goes back to the idea.
Take my money.
It goes back to take my money now.
Yeah, exactly.
Fry, you know. But it just goes back to the idea that we bounced back before, that people want some hope to believe in, and this is just crazy enough for rich people to be like, I want it. Almost as crazy as those fucking submarine divers.
Yeah, fuck.
They're dead, 100%.
Yeah, I think
sure.
they're either dead today or they will die sometime tomorrow. So
That's rough. Spend $250,000.
Yeah, you thought it was 25 million.
No, but $250,000 was
That's
still ridiculous.
quite a hefty
to
bit
see,
of cash.
like I told you before, it's ridiculous to pay that much to see a boat that lost to an iceberg. You know, it's fucking.
That there are already generated images of online. We can see how it looks on there. People have sent down like satellite imaging fucking technology,
Right.
take pictures of it and fucking outline it and make detailed diagrams. So you can see what it looks like, but just do a little bit of that. It's free. Just cost whatever you spend on that laptop and the internet you're using.
At least those rich people don't have to pay for a coffin.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
Because if they don't find that submarine thing, that's where they are forever.
Exactly. It's like bodies on Everest. It's like it'd be too much of a hassle to even get them. We're just leaving them there. Maybe they'll be a good marker for future civilizations. Be like, maybe have better.
This
hardware.
isn't a good idea.
Yeah, or maybe have better hardware before trying this. Look at this hunk of junk fucking Tic Tac piece of shit.
Did you
brought
see the
down here.
controller? That's looked like a fucking Xbox.
Yeah, it's a Mad Catz Xbox controller. But to be fair, a lot of the government uses actual like Xbox controllers because it works. You know, it's a Bluetooth type controller. People know it. It's got an easy interface to do whatever the fuck you need to do for moving like drones and shit. So, but also yes, optics wise.
Why?
It doesn't look good. If I'm in a deep sea submarine, I want as many fucking clickers and buttons and wheels and I want as many options to control this thing as possible.
Yeah, because fucking airplanes and other like trains and stuff, they're not run by an Xbox controller.
Yeah,
you
no.
know? There's like a fucking panel board, bunch of buttons. But you know what's craziest thing about this whole submarine thing? I saw a post about, you know, that one game, like that horror game. It's like you're in a submarine. If you like, you have to like watch your radar and fix things as they break into your submarine.
Oh yeah. It's like a 2D game.
Yeah. Apparently, the product for those games went up a lot because of the submarine thing. Like, people were buying it a lot more, and the creator of the game is like, I feel so bad that this is getting a lot more. Let's be honest, he probably doesn't, motherfucker.
Maybe just a little bit, but he's like,
It's not his fault they fucking died and shit.
It's not my fault. I made a sick ass game that some retards tried to replicate in real life.
Exactly. He didn't spend $250,000 to die. You know.
Nope. Fun.
The weird things that people with money do for entertainment. It's so odd.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, apparently I saw a video of Moist Critical Charlie. He has a fear of flying, but apparently he tried to conquer that by learning how to fly an actual plane. So he took a class and he started. And apparently, once you know how to do it and shit, the instructor was like, "All right, do this, step on the gas, go, or do this. All right, hit that button, and take out your phone, start playing Candy Crush." Because apparently at this point, it's just all automated. Planes are automated for the most part. Like, I don't think pilots are like piloting it the whole time. Like, we have flight records. Like, they're probably getting it off the ground, putting it on the track. But then the plane's auto navigation systems, like, because you're not going to fucking hit anything.
Well, I mean, I get that, but it's like a Tesla. You know, you have to be like in the driver's
exactly.
seat.
That's why there's two of them there. So just in case they can do it. But for the most part, it just goes on its own. And then again, once they're disengaging and landing, then they'll take control for the more precise maneuvers.
Right.
While it's in there going up, apparently it's just like,
no, for a few hours, of course, they're just chilling, probably getting head for some of those flight attendants in there.
Exactly.
You know, damn well, maybe. You never know.
Who's to say?
I don't know what goes on in the cockpit.
They call it the cockpit for a reason. It's not because it's full of pits.
No.
It's full of
I would
cocks.
just be afraid if there was a female pilot,
Oof.
I don't know how that
She'll
would
hit
go
something.
down.
She'll find a
Especially if
way.
she's like Vietnamese or something.
They'll
Jesus
find a way.
Christ.
Good luck, everybody else.
Dive bombs.
Oh, man.
Oh, I'm fucking sexist.
Right into the ocean. You know who else
Went
going
right
to the
into
ocean?
Wait,
That was a bad
what was
segue.
that guy's name? Hold on, right into the ocean. Give me a sec. I have something for this. What was his fucking name? Keely Lauro incident.
With the Hawaiian guy?
Yeah, in the wheelchair. Like,
Oh, I don't know about that. I was talking
oh.
about the surfer guy who went and rescued a bunch of people and then died.
Oh, I was talking about, this is like an old thing. I was talking about the guy who was on like an airship and they had murdered him and threw him overboard and he was like in a wheelchair and stuff. The Achille Lauro incident, something like that had happened. It was like in the ocean because
And they just said, well, he fucking rolled off. He should have been paying attention.
Well, no, they had no, they had killed him and they threw him overboard and stuff.
Okay. But they try to cover it up by being like, well, he was in the one part of the ship where there was no railing and he rolled off.
Surprised.
If you're wheelchair bound, don't come on a cruise ship. I don't know what to tell you.
It sucks.
Yep. Did they say
It's
why?
not like
Was
he
he
could
an
get
asshole?
up and run away.
Yeah, very true. No, he had no chance to defend himself unless he had really big buff upper arms.
That's true. Some guys do. You ever see that? I've seen a lot of people who are in wheelchairs have like the chicken bone fucking legs.
Or they're just amputated. Yeah, but they can walk around and
Their arms are like my gigantic. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, because that's what they got.
I would be afraid if I got into a fight with a guy like that.
I've seen videos of people fighting guys in wheelchairs and then they get the shit beat out of them because this guy in the wheelchair is strong as fuck and he's got a lower center of gravity, can get you fucking low. And also you're kind of apprehensive about hitting a guy in a wheelchair, maybe unless you're fighting him, but also he's fucking
right. Because then at that point you look like the asshole. Like, oh, this guy's beating a crippled person.
Even if the wheelchair guy kind of starts it, you're also kind of an asshole. You're beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, especially if you're winning the fight and you're just beating the shit out of people. Are like, leave that man alone.
You just kick his chair in the side and it topples over.
What is he going to do? Run after you?
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good strategy. Topple it over. It's like cow tipping.
Here's what I can do. I can run.
Joke's on you. You press the button. Big fucking nitro boost out of
his wheelchair turns into legs. He just starts running out.
This is the moment I've been waiting for.
He's a transformer.
the wheels go on his fucking hips right there. He's a fucking Terminator. That'd be hilarious. That's a good movie idea.
That'd be terrifying.
It would be.
Wheelchair coming out in 2027.
The Wheel Man. Rated R.
Man on wheels.
Oh, Christ.
That'd be the stupidest fucking movie ever.
Speaking of stupid movies, which I think are great, let's talk about some things that are great and people that are great, which we talked about earlier, like Super Eye Patch Wolf.
Woo!
I meant to bring it up at the top of the episode, because I just wanted to say that he is, he is truly one of the greatest, pseudo documentarians and content creators
of our time.
And to have ever graced the internet platform, because the videos he makes are so fucking well produced and well researched and come from a deep, heartfelt place, because it's all shit he cares about. So he has a lot of insightful knowledge on it and like passionate feelings, and he's able to. He's very eloquent as well. He can express himself very thoroughly, and I guess that's with any person who practices the writing enough, which I'm gonna do more of because I'm a fucking stupid lazy piece of shit. But
me too.
Yeah, he's fucking incredible in all the video essays he makes. He made one recently called it's like the unreality of pro wrestling. And it's about how the pro wrestling had this thing called the Attitude Era, where it was I think like The Rock was part of it, and fucking everyone was against Vince McMahon because he was the owner of the WWE and he was ruling it from the shadows. It's like, no, Attitude Era, fuck you, we're gonna come in and do what we want, attitude, yeah, whatever the fuck. And then that was followed up by the Hero Era, I think, which is John Cena, and John Cena became the face of the company, and it's like John Cena wins all his matches because it's fucking John Cena,
and his name is John
Cena. Yeah, so that came about. And then stuff happened later. And then this new group of guys comes in called the Shield, and it's three guys.
Agents of Shield.
Yes, it's three guys. It's guy Roman Reigns, and there's two other guys, but and Roman Reigns,
not important one.
No. Roman Reigns isn't even the main guy. He's the silent. He's the strong. He's the strong silent type.
Oh.
He comes in for like the big, just like Superman punches. but the thing is, they all came in and there's a bird. Oh, look at that! Holy shit! Look at that bird.
Where?
Oh, it's like a falcon. Oh, look at that bird right there. It's like
huge.
Oh,
jeez. Yeah,
look
it's
at
a huge
that
bird.
Yeah, it's like a picture, I think. Oh, fuck.
What the fuck?
I'll get my grandma real quick. Holy
Take
shit.
a picture. Take a picture before he leaves.
Shitty. Yeah, fuck. Yeah,
No,
right.
get close. He won't see you. Just be quiet. Get a good picture. Yeah, it's a huge fucking bird. And we're back.
You don't get to see that every day, folks.
And it's still out there.
Yeah, he's still chilling.
You know
cool.
what? I'm gonna. No, wait. If he's still there for a bit, I'm gonna get the camera. I'll move the stand so you guys can see him at the end.
Yeah, once we.
Yeah, once we get near. If he's still there, we don't have too much time left anyway.
But
where were we?
Super iPad 12. Yeah, he's such a great creator, and he also made a video about fear and hunger.
You're right.
I think he's one of the main reasons that game has gotten a lot of the recent traction he has. Because before he made the video, I hadn't heard about it. Then I see the video he makes. Oh, this game looks super fucking interesting. And then after that is when I start hearing and seeing a lot of shit about it. Because he's a pretty big content creator and he knows people. I'm sure he has a lot of friends that watched it and promoted it. And also other streamers and shit as well. They have channels and shit where they watch people like Moist Critical. He'll watch it on his stream. So I'm sure there's plenty of other creators that will watch his videos and get out that way. But
that's how I heard about the game was from a streamer. One of my favorite streamers.
Yeah.
C-Dog VA.
Oh, shit.
Bam.
Yeah, Super iPad 12. Fuck C-Dog VA. No, but Super iPad 12. He is fucking fantastic. He has his own merch line. I haven't looked too much at it, but from what I saw in the last video he put up, it's interesting. You know, very, very artsy. He got a cool design on it. Yeah, check out his channel. It's super great. He is incredible. He's also got a sexy Irish voice. So there you go. A little bit of ear candy as well.
C-Dog is British.
Oh,
he's from Wales.
Oh, so he's Welsh, you fucker.
Wow. So what's the difference? It's like Mexicans,
much,
Puerto
honestly.
Ricans,
yeah, it's all,
Cubans, Colombians. It's all the same fucking thing. We just live in a different part of the area.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
Racist.
Yeah, Super iPad 12.
Yeah, dude. I was really, when I heard about that game, I was just really interested because the story is so weird and the game is fucking hard.
Yeah, it's
even on the easiest mode, that shit was kicking ass. I'm like, damn.
And like the story, it's like the lore and just like the symbolism behind everything. It's crazy.
It's bananas. And then later on in the game, how like you go back into the past and shit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy.
I don't even know if it's bad. I know you go to like different dimensions or some weird kind of like hell dimension type. I don't even know how to describe it.
It's so weird.
Yeah, very interesting.
And it was all made on RPG Maker. You know, they sell that fucking thing on the 3DS shop. They had it there too, like RPG Maker.
Yeah, it's just a software.
It's so weird. Like you could basically, it's cool that you can just make your own RPG on a 3DS if you wanted to.
Yeah, and it probably has pre-made assets, and you could probably upload your own. Because I don't think any of the fucking assets.
No, probably not.
Because there's like naked imagery, like full on like nudity on some of those enemies and shit. That wasn't in RPG Maker.
All of them,
you have
really.
To be able to.
A lot
for
of
the most part, yeah.
Unless if you were playing the censored version, then it'd be all covered.
Oh, yeah, there was a mod
that
that came out to remove a lot of that.
Because there's a lot of nudity.
A lot. It's a very visceral, just intense, intense game. You know what else is intense?
What?
The Mutiny on the Bounty.
Oh, that's one of the books you bought, right?
It's one of the books I bought. It's a movie I watched. And it's based on a true story.
Oh,
yeah. Apparently, like the 1700s, there was like a ship. They were going to Tahiti to buy some breadfruit to take to Jamaica because it's a lot cheaper in Egypt to produce fruit than bananas, like the breadfruit. So yeah, give some breadfruit saplings, take them to Jamaica, whatever the fuck. They get the they're sailing from England. There's no a canal. What's it called? The
river?
No. What's
the
canal?
Nile?
No. What's the canal in South America? That they go through. It's a fucking man-made canal that cuts it in half.
Aqueducts?
No, it's the name of the. There's a
I
name
don't fucking know. You think I know geography?
The Panama Canal.
I don't know fucking geography.
The Panama Canal. So this is before the Panama Canal was created, because it was like 1700s. So if you wanted to get from England to over here to the islands, you couldn't go through the canal. You had to go through down past the Horn of Africa, which they call it the Horn. So he's like, all right, we're going to go down the Horn. Otherwise, you have to go all the way around the other side of the fucking.
It'll take too long, yeah.
It'll take way fucking longer. So he tries to go down the Horn. There's a big storm. It's like, well, it's fucked. So they go back. They're going the other way. And then they'd already made it to a separate island at some point. They met the natives. Or not, or whatever the fuck. But then they some people make relationships with the native women there, and then they have to leave. And it's like, yeah, fuck. And then the captain starts being like berating him and shit, and being like super fucking intense on him, and being like a hard ass. So then there's a mutiny, and then his like one of his first mates, he takes control of the ship, sends off the captain, and a bunch of his like people who are loyal to him in like a small ship with only a compass, no map or anything or sea chart, so they're just off adrift at sea. And it's just the mutineers on the ship. They go back to the island, but they can't stay there because then the fucking king of Tahiti, he's like, you're kind of shaming me right now and shit. So then they sail and then they fucking try to land on somewhere else, and they get to this place called Pitcairn Island, which is a place that still exists, and a lot of the people who live there now are ancestors of those mutineers who landed there.
And did they just migrate with the culture there, those mutineers?
Yeah, it was them, because it was all men. It was them, some other Tahitian men to help man the ship, and then some women that they were in relationships with. Like the main guy, like he had like a wife, so he brought her, and assuming the other like guys, they had their wives or whatever the fuck.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Unless what's the catch?
So the captain, I don't think any of them died. They made it back to England, and he was kind of court-martialed because his ship was fucking commandeered, and it's like, well, you're a fucking what the fuck happened, you captain? So you got kind of arrested, but he got off that. I'm pretty sure the mutineers, they made it to Pitcairn Island, and then they were like, well, we kind of just have to stay here now because the crown will fucking kill us.
Yeah,
so then they burn their ship, and it's like, well, now we're here in Pitcairn Island. And then apparently, times it's at the end of the movie I watched, which was called The Bounty. It said basically what I said. Yeah, there are remnants there. The people who live there are still descendants. When they were discovered, eventually it was like 1 man, 9 women, and his 26 children. But apparently that's flubbed a little bit because I did a little bit more research. With this part could also be not as true. But apparently, at some point in Pitcairn's history after the mutiny, there was 2 mutineers left of the original vessel, and I think they each had like a woman each or 2, and then there was 2 Tahitian men, and they both shared 6 of the Tahitian women, and it was a big not great.
Big fuck fest. Everybody's just fucking.
Yeah, and a lot of people not wanting to get fucked, but what are you gonna do?
Well, what else is there to do on the island?
Not much, I don't think. I don't know how big of an island it was, but just try to cultivate land and just
might as well fuck or try to rape somebody else, you know?
That's all you can do, really.
What else are you gonna do? Bowl coconuts into fucking corn all day? You know?
Maybe draw pictures in the sand. But it was a good movie. It's a good little insight into history. It was starring Mel Gibson and
oh boy, nice.
Anthony Hopkins, who plays in Silence of the Lambs. He's Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, interesting.
Anthony Hopkins. Yeah. So him and fucking the racist.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like racism.
Yeah, it's great. And also Liam Neeson's in it. Very young Liam Neeson.
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, his first time on screen, I was like, oh, it's Liam Neeson. And then he proceeds to get in a fight with someone over taking his seat at the galley table.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it
sounds like something he'd do.
Yeah.
Does he still hate black? Yeah, I was about to say, does he still hate black people?
Just not as much. And this guy wasn't black because they don't have black people on ships, especially in England.
I would be cool to visit islands someday. Like in South America and stuff like that.
Yeah, just don't go to any of the uninhabited or
hardcore tribe places where they'll kill you.
Yeah, the tribal ones. Yes, don't go to those.
Yeah.
Go to Tahiti. Go to Fiji. Go to these tropical places where you can spend your money and all the locals hate you.
Pretty much, but I mean that's like with any touristy spot. We hate tourists that come here anywhere. It's like that.
But in those places, it's especially like, your ancestors came and colonized us and ruined our culture. But here, have this fucking drink out of a coconut with an umbrella.
All right,
fucker.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah, but no, we're also funding their economy, so it's a double-edged thing where they're like, fuck you guys, but also, we love to have you pieces of shit here.
Get over it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't get over it.
I think it's also like some people, I think Hawaii is kind of split like that too, where a lot of people are like, they love the tourist population because, of course, that's their whole industry is tourism in Hawaii. And there's also a lot of people who just like don't like haoles or just like the mainland people because what the fuck, this isn't our culture. It's
mainland
part of America, but they're Hawaii. No,
it's like Puerto Rico and stuff like that.
Yeah, which Puerto Rico should be a goddamn state. If fucking Hawaii's a state,
but nobody wants 51. That's weird.
That's probably why. Yeah, no one wants 51. It's just territories like Guam and fucking.
If we get one more, then maybe then we can get 52 stars. Yeah, that could probably be out an even number of rows, right?
Yeah, probably. I don't know. Yeah, how would they do that? They have to figure out how to reconfigure that whole fucking arrangement. Because right now it's like 5, 6, 5, 6 in rows or some shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just put them in two random rows. Like, those ones are longer now.
They could change it. Maybe instead of being a block with all the stars in it, they could do something with all 52.
They can go back to the circle and maybe like a design in the middle. Like maybe like
for the one or for the.
Yeah. It could be like a one. Like we're one people, but there's also like lots of other cultures. But so they put in multiple other ones in it at cross sections, but they wouldn't be able to fit too many. So they can only put like 4 of them at diagonal spots. And the one has Yeah. It looks something like this. I'm not gonna put that up.
Yeah,
Do you get what I was going for? Do you get what I was going for?
I think so.
Okay, cool.
That's why I leaned in on it. You know, I was like,
yeah. Alrighty.
Before we is he still there? No. Yeah, he's gone.
Yeah. Oh well.
Damn. Oh well. Just put up the picture that you took of it.
Yeah, I put up quite a few. I put a little montage, some little cutesy music. Maybe I don't know. But also, real quick, also before we do some music recommendations, Mario RPG remake coming out. Woo! It'll be fucking great.
Yeah, I'm excited for it because I played the original a while back
on an emulator, probably.
Yeah, I had an emulator.
Did you beat it, or
I don't remember? I'm telling you, it was like 7-8 years ago.
Do you remember like the last thing you did?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Well, it's a fun game. It's a fantastic game, fantastic RPG, super fun.
Oh yeah, I'm always into like the Mario RPG stuff. I've always been a big RPG boy. You know.
I'm convinced because Super Mario RPG came out on the SNES. I'm convinced.
96.
I'm convinced. What are you looking at, motherfucker? I'm convinced.
I thought that guy was taking my car.
I kind of did too.
What the fuck?
Because it kind of looked like yours. I'm convinced Super Mario RPG helped pave the way for the popularity of RPGs in the West. Because before that, you had Final Fantasies on the PlayStation. Maybe on the PlayStation.
They're on the NES.
Yeah, they were on the NES. Yeah, there was no PlayStation 1 yet. But you had Final Fantasy games. That was probably more of an
Dragon Quest.
Yeah, exactly. That was more of an Eastern audience.
Dragon Warrior.
Exactly. Exactly. It was mostly Jesus Christ. It was mostly for an Eastern audience.
Right.
God damn.
Yeah, relax, slow down a little.
So I don't think it was as popular in the West, but because it was Mario, and it was like, oh, we know Mario. RPG,
I love Mario.
He's turn-based. He's fighting. He's doing moves with these characters. He's fighting with Peach is fighting too. And it's like, what the fuck is this? And you got people into that type of game and like just the RPG mechanics. And then they probably heard like, oh, if you like that, maybe try the Final Fantasy or Dragon
Warrior.
Before
they changed it to Dragon Quest.
Yeah. See, I'm convinced that helped a lot. A lot.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine.
Plus, it was Square. And Square was a really big RPG company. They helped a lot, I think, on the Final Fantasy games and early RPG type shit.
Right.
Yeah. It's just great sell. And also, I think someone posted on Reddit like a picture of all the upcoming shit for Nintendo, I think listed in their directs or leaked or whatever. And apparently Pikmin 1+2 is coming out. I don't know if that's true or false or if that was a bunch of load of baloney, but if it is, hot diggity, I'm getting that shit as well. Because
that's
Pikmin
interesting.
It's fucking fun. I love me some Pikmin. Great.
Nice. Games are just great in general.
Oh, yeah.
I've been playing the new Final Fantasy 16.
Hell yeah.
I bought a PS5 last week for a good price. And I thought the demo was amazing because the story was really captivating. And then playing the main game, since it carried my data over from that, it's good. It's really good. I think the story is really interesting so far. The combat is fucking amazing. That shit is so fluid. Switching between abilities and shit, it's great.
Is it like techno Final Fantasy, like 15 and like 14-ish? Or is it more like 9 and the other ones where it's like more fantasy and 4 and...
No, it's definitely not turn-based and stuff like that.
No, I mean like technology. Like what's the style?
It's very technical. There's a lot of things you have to do. There's a lot of combos you can do.
No, but is there like machine life? Is there like robots? Is there technology in the world? Or is it more fantasy,
it's more
dragons, creatures?
Yeah, it's more like creatures and stuff.
So it's more like the vibe of 4, where it's like, oh, go through the dungeon and fight the ice giant or the dragon and not driving your car down this highway. And
it's like Renaissance, like medieval times.
Okay, so no cars, no technology.
There's no cars, really. There's some, you're right, exactly.
Or some like magic technology, but no like mech warrior.
No mech warriors or anything. Exactly. As far as I've seen.
Once you get
because
like
I've only
capital or whatever.
Exactly. Right now I'm only at the Providence of Rosaria after the 13 years, and you go back. That's all. I'm still like the very beginning.
Do you know if it has any connection to any other Final Fantasy?
So far I haven't made a connection with anything. I wouldn't imagine.
Yet. I don't know if any of them really do, besides the ones that are connected, like 10-2 and 13-2. Besides, like having like everyone has a Cid. There's a Cid in every Final Fantasy, and there's probably like a weapon, like there's an Ultima spell in every Final. Like besides that shit, there's no other like.
Yeah, well, there's so far if there's Cid.
There is. You've met Cid already?
Yeah, like off in the beginning.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So, but his full name is Sidolphus.
Oh, okay.
But Cid.
Yeah. Is he Cid? They call him Cid the 16th?
No, it's just Cid.
Okay, because I think in Final Fantasy 9, the Cid in there is Cid the 9th. So I'm just assuming that they're all not even that they're related, but that just they are. That's
That'd be kind of weird.
Unofficial title.
Yeah,
Yeah. Is he an engineer or work?
No, he's like in here he's like the kind of the leader of this like organization
Okay.
for the
Yeah, those
dominance
two.
and stuff, like all the
Okay.
rejects of society.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sid has always has some sort of important-ish role like that, where it's like an engineer and doing like shit on fucking
The sky vessels or something.
yeah, the airships, or in like in six, I think Sid is some sort of like regent to some government or something. Wears this big fucking stupid banana suit. It's like a big yellow suit. Looks like a fucking banana.
Boop.
Now you can kill him by feeding him shitty fish.
Nice.
Not great.
I would imagine.
Yeah. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we've had quite an episode of the Vibin podcast here today on this 46th episode.
I think so too. Pretty good.
Lots of goofs, lots of gaffes, lots of impromptu and planned and unplanned moments.
Exactly. What more could you want in an episode? So let's end strong and give out.
You know what they can want? Some music recommendations.
Exactly. What are you going to recommend, Nick?
I don't know yet.
Oh, well, I'll say some stuff. I've been getting into some banda. So if you're really interested, I don't remember the guys' names. I'll send you it later. So I'll put a picture of her. I just don't remember their names. Been listening to a lot of banda lately, so I've been getting back into that. It's great.
Nice. What type of music is that? I know it's Spanish, but what?
Spanish music. It's like symphonic stuff. Like you got like a violin, saxophones, and like it's just big orchestral things of guys singing and stuff. You know,
but more Spanish style and sounding.
Yeah, exactly.
Theme. Okay, all right, nice. So just that genre, or was that a group, or
no? It's just that genre.
Okay.
I've been listening to a couple different people and groups and stuff. Because usually when it comes to that, it's either a group of people who are the band and one of the guys just sings, or it's a person
guy,
for a frontline guy and with a band.
Exactly.
So yeah,
I feel you. Apparently, there's the biggest Spanish rock group in the world. Or fucking, I don't know. It's going to Spotlight or some shit in a few months or sometime. I don't know. I saw an ad for it.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. I remember seeing that.
That's interesting though. Spanish rock. I haven't heard a lot of Spanish because it is rock and roll, but it's just Spanish over it. I don't hear a lot of that, so it was interesting to me.
The only thing that I'm really familiar with that is some like early work of Juan Gabriel, like in the fucking 80s. He's a big Spanish singer, one of the greatest of all time. This guy, I believe he's dead now. I don't remember, but a lot of his earlier stuff was like that, like kind of 80s rock thing in Spanish. So I've listened to some of that. And then I've also listened to like newer, like progressive Spanish rock from the Mars Volta, because the lead singer is Spanish. So he has a few songs where he's just singing in Spanish and does the progressive rock things. So I've heard a few things. It's not bad from what I've heard. I love music in general.
Yeah.
But it's just whatever piques my interest. It's just one of those things.
I feel you. Well, I'm going to recommend Conte Patiro by Andre Bocelli. See, it's that intense.
Yeah, I bet people are just falling over.
Exactly.
It's like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, that song, it's the one that plays at the end of Step Brothers when he's singing at the end. I'll play it for you right here.
Well, don't play it.
Oh, yeah, well, I can mute it out, but it's cool.
Oh yeah.
It's a fucking great song. I'll admit, once I learned the name of that song, I looked up on Spotify. The lyrics were on there, and I sang along with it a couple times. Dude, that is a good song. Just trying to. It's not. You can kind of just hear it out by the way most of these words are spelled. It's in Italian, so there's some ones that trip you up. But once you hear it a couple times, you're like, oh, that's how I pronounce that. And it's a really good song. It's intense. It's powerful.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Foreign today. The music options. It's great.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Just like that. From a foreign body.
I'm an alien.
Very true.
Guys.
Go probe 'em.
What?
Huh? Guys.
Guys, if you made it to the end of this podcast, we greatly appreciate it. Please do not forget to like, comment, and sububby.
Do that. Make sure you subscribe. And then go get a Subway sandwich because it's delicious. It's full of all the energy you need. All the energy and nutrients you need in a Subway sandwich. A turkey, bacon, avocado on wheat.
And it's on a piece of cake.
Exactly.
It's a sandwich on cake, so why wouldn't you?
Hugbeast has a video about that.
Really?
Yeah. How Subway or how Jared is the most evil villain in the Marvel universe because he's a real life person and he inserted himself into comics. There's a few comics that have some like sports ball players, like NBA players and football players, and it's like, oh, they're in like the comic, and it's like, oh, with the power of Subway, they're helping the heroes defeat the villains, and
oh god,
yeah, and it's
yeah. I bet those kids really helped a lot.
Exactly. Watch that Hugbeast video as well; it's fantastic. But like, comment, and subscribe. Engage with us, with your fellow man. Follow us on Twitch as well. We stream a few days a week, usually Mondays and Wednesdays, occasionally Fridays.
Occasionally.
And yeah, but we have a lot of fun over there. And we hope you've had a lot of fun here. And we hope you'll have fun next time in the next video, which is going to be one of these right here, hopefully. And if not, then whenever we see you again.
See ya.